Hello, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of Robin's Piano Bar, where the drinks and the food are virtual, but the piano playing is real. I'm your host, Larry Cosson, streaming to you live from York County, Pennsylvania. Tonight's theme is Stay, Little Valentine, Stay. Now, please welcome to her own home, our favorite piano gal, Robin Spielberg. It's always fun.
Hey, you're funny. Hi, everybody. And welcome. I'm in red because, it's Valentine's Day week.
You are red.
I am red. You are red. I'm just pulling up here. I see that, okay, so we're live here on YouTube and on Twitch and on Facebook.
We're live everywhere.
Everywhere. It's all happening. It's all happening right now. That's pretty great. Hello there, Donna. Nice to see you. And hi there, Vicky and Stephen. Tom, hello in Charleston. Curtis made it. Hope you're feeling better. Good to see you here, my friend. Well, this was super fun to put together because I think my favorite topic is love. Cats too. I like cats.
It's your favorite four-letter word.
But yeah, love is definitely my favorite four-letter word, and it's the favorite four-letter word of many, many, many composers because many composers compose inspired by the heart and by love. So we're going to have lots of love songs tonight and share some interesting stories. People have been asking us, please tell us how you met. What's going on? What's the story? We're going to give you some information that, we don't just give out any old time. So you'll hear that tonight. And hopefully you are relaxing. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. Debbie, good to see you. We're in Florida. Wherever you are, happy that we are here and able to connect in this way. So relax, join in the conversation. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves while I play, or just sit back and relax with a glass of wine. Make sure you get your piano bar drink order in. And of course, the food is pretend. It's virtual. But the piano music it's real. It's all happening. So got to start with this one. I love this song so much. And when my uncle was in an assisted living facility, whenever I came to see him, I would play the piano in the common area, and he always requested this one. This is from Breakfast at Tiffany's, Moon River.
What a great start to the stream.
Yeah. So romantic. How's everyone doing? Hi, Giselle. Good to see you.
So I just want to again welcome everybody who's watching. If you're watching on YouTube, that's great. I have a new little add to my bag of tricks, which is I can see everybody's chat all in one place. I didn't even let Robin know that. So
you didn't tell me. Is that what you came up with while I was busy last night on Zoom?
I've been working all week.
You
on
were
this
doing
pre-production.
He's always learning new stuff. So I'm just really happy in this moment because the piano was just tuned a few hours ago. There is nothing like a freshly tuned instrument, and we're hoping it will stay. We had humidity. Lots of stuff goes on with the piano. I don't know if you want to know about this stuff or not, but it's a complicated instrument, even though it's 300-year-old technology. There's 12,000 parts inside. It doesn't like the cold, dry weather. It doesn't like the humid, wet weather. It's pretty persnickety. So we added a humidifier. We got that going so it wouldn't go as flat. It was happier. And we have acoustic panels back here, which thank goodness, because sound was literally bouncing off the walls.
So if
sounds better to me.
If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, go ahead and chat me up because I can see your chat as well.
Larry can answer all your questions and concerns.
Either of
Keep
the Facebook
Hi,
pages.
Eric, nice to see you. How often does it get tuned? Once every other week, thanks to you. I could not afford to do that. That comes to $170 a month. So your tips actually help keep this instrument tuned, keep the streams going. We had to increase our broadband for Comcast so that we wouldn't have those glitches. If you were here early on, sometimes our sound and our audio, they weren't in sync. Now they are. A lot of this is because you guys helped me up the game and just to make the streams better. So pretty awesome. Thank you so much. So this is one that I composed. It's called Because of You. This is such a romantic one. So one of my favorite musicals, I probably talked about this on a stream prior, is the off-Broadway musical that ran longer than any other off-Broadway musical in the history of the United States, and that was the Fantasticks. I first saw it with my high school sweetheart, Brett. We're still really, really great friends, and I'm not sure how many times I saw the Fantasticks, a number of times, including seeing Brett in the musical as an adult. I've seen it many times. I cry every time I see it. It's just so beautiful. And it's a modern day Romeo and Juliet kind of story. And when the couple reunites, they don't realize how much they missed each other and how much they meant to one another until they had been separated for some time. And this song is about how the moon and the stars, the whispers in the wind, all these things, they were you without being near the other person. They were meaningless because the experiences couldn't be shared. Very romantic song. They were you. I don't know what I'm loving more, the freshly tuned piano or the acoustic panels. For me, it makes a huge difference sitting here, how the sound is. Oh, I'm so happy. In my happy place, I might never get off the piano bench again. I might have to just sit here the entire weekend.
Can you believe it's Friday already?
It was a very fast week. I had lots going on. I don't know what the heck I'm so busy with.
It went so fast.
So we had people always ask, how'd you guys meet? And what were your first dates like? My daughter asks that all the time. Well, she used to when she was younger.
That's why you wrote a book, though.
I did, but Larry, our first two dates, you have to admit, they were not that great.
They weren't great.
So tips. The thing is, though, we did give it another chance. That's the important part.
So this is what happens on our TV show. You give us tips, and we give you tips.
That's exactly what happens. Anyone out there have a bad date? You want to go ahead and share? Tell us something funny. Bad date stories. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't that it was a bad date. It's just that the first date was kind of dumb because we went to a movie. And going to a movie for your first date is just a really bad idea because there's no chance to talk. You're sitting side by side. It's totally awkward. And you're watching a movie. Like,
yeah,
you're not.
25 years ago, it could have been Schindler's List, but it wasn't.
It was not.
It was not Schindler's List.
We watched.
It was
you
quiz.
remember the movie,
It was
Larry?
Quiz Show, of course I do. I do.
Yes,
Quiz
we
Show.
saw the film Quiz Show. Uh-huh. You know what? I don't even remember our second date. That's how bad it was.
But if you remember the first time we spoke, one of the first times we spoke on the phone, we talked about the fact that we had each gone to see Schindler's List alone.
Yes, we actually talked on the phone about going to the movies. Have you ever gone to the movies alone? And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, me too. Maybe we can go alone together sometime. I think that's how that happened.
Right.
But do you remember our second date? Because I really don't remember it.
I don't remember the second one, but I remember the third date.
Well,
The
third
date
one.
was quite remarkable.
Sealed the deal, baby.
That was. We laughed a lot.
We laughed so hard, right? We went to that restaurant.
Doesn't exist anymore. It was in.
It was in a train station.
We met. We were both living in Montclair, New Jersey.
Yeah, and we went. It was in the train station. It's called
it was-
Lots of Pasta.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, I had been on a date in that very same restaurant a few months prior, and it was not a good date. And Larry asked me about it, like what was bad about the date. And I just started laughing really hard because it felt kind of rude to talk about why it was a bad date. But I knew immediately that I was not going to connect with this person because, I'm kind of, I improvise at the piano, right? Well, I improvise a lot in life. I take chances. I say yes to things. Maybe sometimes I shouldn't say yes to. But, I just want to have experiences. I dive all in. And I was on a date with someone who was extremely cautious and careful. And he was looking at the menu, and he said, I've been here, a million times. And I'm like, that's great. What do you recommend? And he said, I recommend this ravioli. And I said, anything else you recommend? And he said, I've only ever had the ravioli. And I said, I thought you've been here hundreds of times. He said, yeah, but once I find something I like, why order anything else? I mean, why take the risk?
Why take the risk?
Why take the risk? I was like, I wanted at that moment to say, the date's over. I'm all about the risk.
All about the risk, which reminds me.
But that was just horrendous. Anyway, we were laughing about that really, really hard. Why take the risk?
Why take the risk? But I did want to wish everyone out there a happy Lunar New Year. This is the
happy, and I'm wearing red, and not only for Valentine's, but for the Chinese New Year.
And we enjoyed the Chinese food in China. It was an amazing talk about an experience, new experiences, right?
Oh my gosh. And I have a friend who had toured China, and she goes, oh my gosh, please make sure that I lost 10 pounds on my tour in China. Stuff with your suitcase with granola bars and protein bars. There is nothing to eat. Like, it's a nightmare.
You didn't
So
find that
I brought all this food in my suitcase, and I loved the food. I didn't know half the time what I was eating, but it was delicious.
Starting with the rest stop on the way out of the airport.
Okay, yeah, their
right?
takeout fast food.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing. I mean, their takeout
there's
at the rest stop was better than any of the takeout Chinese food restaurants we've ever had here.
But Larry, I think that your favorite part was that there really was no delineation between the food of breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's awesome.
Like, we would never think to eat, food for breakfast that they would have for breakfast.
No, I had the most amazing noodle soups for breakfast and dumplings for breakfast.
Dumplings
I love,
for breakfast.
They do a bit. At least our experience is everywhere we went, it was a big spread for breakfast. I wonder how that may have changed because that it was served as buffets, and here at least here
that must have gone
in the
away
US,
too.
there's no buffets
all
anymore.
that, but it was delicious. So happy Lunar New Year to everyone who celebrates. And this next song is on my album that came out now. It's 1 year. Happy 1 year anniversary to Love Story. I can't believe it's been a year.
People are chatting so many great stories about how they met and their first dates and everything.
Oh, I can't wait to go in there and read those. Oh, I know, Vicki. It's a great, great song. Whitney, that's funny. Your husband's sister introduced you. That is so great. Yeah, sometimes people just, they kind of know who's going to be the right fit for someone else, you know? I mean, I actually, my mother had asked me how, I told her about this man I was dating, that I had 3 dates, and she's like, how's it going? I said, oh, I'm going to marry him. And she said, yeah, don't be so sarcastic. I'm like, no, really. I think I will.
That was before you met me?
You said the same thing to your friend Howard, right?
That was before you met me, right? That person you were dating, that you told your mother that?
What?
I'm kidding.
What are you talking about?
I'm joking, you said.
No, I'm saying you told your friend Howard.
My best friend Howard, who
after the 3rd date,
right.
You said, I'm going to marry her.
Yeah, I did.
So it's time for Patreon shout-outs. If you haven't checked it out, gosh, some of you are coming on your 1-year anniversary of being on Patreon, and don't worry, I'm going to keep the perks coming. There's going to be new stuff. I love giving away stuff every month in exchange for your support. Love it. And I really love the exchanges that we have on this forum. It's very special. I have exclusive posts that I only post there, nowhere else, nowhere on social media, and we have a really nice time talking about some of these things. So today, I'd like to thank Gershon Smith. Thank you so much. Ken and Jessica Bryan, Linda Carroll, Sharon and Ralph Smith, and Stephen Lemos, so much for joining me on Patreon. I really appreciate you, and you can check it out at your leisure. It's just patreon.com/Robin Spielberg, I think. So super easy to do. Check it out.
We really appreciate it. And I realized that, Patreon's kind of really close to Patron, which I love too. So, and
Patreon. Oh, that's the thing. Patron should get their act together, and they should sponsor live streams somehow through Patreon.
Well, what we do have, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, is that our dear friends who are our sponsors tonight, our friend Steve is also a fantastic expert on tequila.
He's tequila expert.
He probably hears me right now and he's saying, Patron, Larry, what are you talking about? Patron's
Patron. He knows a lot about tequila. He's done
best.
all the research.
Yeah.
Yep. And we've had many tequila tastings.
Yep.
I can't believe how different it can taste depending on where it's from and how long it's been aged, all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about our sponsor in a little bit.
Yep.
But first, I'm going to play my favorite Bob Dylan song. I think one of the reasons it's my favorite song of Bob Dylan's is because it was so out of character on the album in which it was released on. It's all these songs about, drugs, peace, war. And it was a very disconcerting album. Then all of a sudden, this gorgeous love song just appears out of nowhere, buried in the album.
I think it was a unique song for Bob Dylan because he tends to be a very wordy poet. And
not only a wordy poet, but very cynical.
Yeah, but this
in
is
his
not
lyrics,
cynical.
and this one was just this sincere, simple message and so gorgeous. I still love it. Make You Feel My Love.
That was awesome, Rob.
Thank you. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Word from our sponsors. Okay, so I first of all, I want to thank our dear friends, Steve and Trish, for sponsoring. This is me jamming while I'm getting the graphic up. But thank you both for your friendship, your support. We send our love out to you, both of you guys, and to your family. And so with that, I'm going to put the graphic up, Robin, and then I'll read the text that they gave us, and then we can talk a little bit more about it. But you're wearing sunglasses from their store, so they have.
I am, but check out the ad, Lair.
So there's the ad. Put the ad up, so their store is called Sky Optics, and it was started by airline pilots who need and appreciate high-quality aviator and driving sunglasses. They specialize in Serengeti, Randolph, Vernay, and Mary Jim sunglasses. Their goal is to provide you with the best lenses and frames that are stylish, durable, and will hold up over time. Now, if you notice, there's in the ad, the graphic I put up, that's Robin, but look closely, because I'm in the picture too. So
you're in the sunglass reflection there.
Those of you
what I love. Well, here's the whole thing. So before going into this store, I have to admit that I would just buy $5 sunglasses at Walmart all the time because I lose them. I can't be trusted with sunglasses. I leave them places, and so I was afraid to invest in an expensive pair. I was afraid, and then you bought me first these as a gift. These are my Serengetis. Okay. I feel like an absolute movie star in these.
You look like a movie star in this.
I've had them now for 4 years. I have not lost them. I thought I had lost them, but then I found them, so it doesn't count. I take really good care of them, and I cannot go back to the plastic junky ones now because I see so much better when I'm driving. And then these I love just for wearing if I go to LA or I'm out in the snow. It's just way too bright. I can see so much clearer. I just can't go back to the junky ones. So you bought me these for my birthday.
I did.
Right?
I did.
And these I treated myself to about 2 years ago. And I've taken really, really good care of them. And they're my favorites. One I use this pair that I'm wearing now for driving. I just think I can see so much better.
I just want to give a shout out to them because Sky Optics, Steve and Trish,
they look funny in the glasses.
They set me up. I'm going to put the graphic up one more time, but they set me up with cycling sunglasses.
Yep.
And because I, over the last few years have needed prescription sunglasses as well as regular glasses.
Yeah, you had to choose between whether you could see the road or whether you had the sun in your eyes.
Right. So I love the sunglasses that they set me up with.
And they have a website. They're on Facebook. Check it out. And really great gift for someone. I know our daughter, when I asked her what does she want for graduation, can I get a really cool pair of sunglasses?
So for the graphic is still up, Robin, but I'll just say this. So for those of you asking me to come on camera, there I am. Just look closely, and there I am.
Yeah, you look closely.
Closely, you'll see me in the glasses.
All right, we'll get him on camera one of these days.
All right.
We'll trick him.
Thank you both, Steve and Trish, for sponsoring us.
Yeah, so I was snowshoeing, and we took that picture, and it just came out really well. I was just wearing my Land's End snow coat. The snow fell nicely on it.
My photography skills.
I have lipstick on because I couldn't find my chapstick, so I just grabbed whatever. I usually don't wear lipstick to go snowshoeing, but so this is perfect for Valentine's Day, right? Richard Rogers, My Funny Valentine.
I know why you're smiling at me and laughing, Robin. So, but
so there's now enough sharp in it. So what?
It's your Robinization of save the best for last. So we have to. We do have to keep cheery because we've got a few folks saying they're getting teary-eyed tonight. You know, they're all talking about how they met the loves of their lives. And,
Love.
But you know,
love.
Valentine's is not all.
It does come in full circle, Karen Hillman. Amazing. Yes, you'd have to see the Fantasticks. I think everyone has to see that to rekindle whatever. Man, I just weep during that show, you know.
Yeah,
but I have to say, you know also when it's not the right match. I mean, so I was dating a musician before I was dating Larry. It was not a good match. You know how I knew? I had a couple of recordings out, and they were doing really well. And he didn't kind of get it. He kept saying, I think you should take piano lessons from so-and-so and study with so-and-so. And he just like didn't get my style or appreciate it or like it. And we had this fight one time. We were in the car and I was listening to something fun on the radio, some pop rock station, I don't know. And I was driving. So I had the radio on.
I remember the name of that song, by the way.
It was a Matthew Sweet song.
Girlfriend.
And he said, how could you listen to this crap? Right? And I was like, oh my gosh, because it's like such an insult when someone insults your taste in music, you know? I mean, people have different tastes, but I mean, it was like, wow. And one of the dates we were on, we were driving, and that song came on, and you were like, oh my God, great song.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was such a contrast. It was like, wow.
27 years ago. Good grief. That's what was popular on the
28 years ago, something like that. So we lost Chick Corea this week, and
so sad.
He let me play his piano for my recording, Dreaming of Summer. So I am forever grateful for that. Chick had a recording studio in Los Angeles, and my engineer was tied up in LA and couldn't make it to New York. So I flew out to LA and ended up recording in Chick's studio on his beautiful, beautiful piano for Dreaming of Summer. That's my only Chick Corea story.
Yeah, I got to see him live with great seats with the agents that represented him at the time at the Strathmore down in Maryland. And it was a wonderful, wonderful show. He's amazing. It's such a loss. We've lost a lot of greats in the last years. This
year. Yeah, Vicki, you had mentioned earlier in the chat, you didn't know that Bob Dylan wrote that song. Adele covered it, so a lot of people think that more recently, a lot of people covered it, but people thought it was an Adele song. But really, no, Bob Dylan wrote it. So what have we got next? Oh, yeah. How could we not play this one? So in 2008, I made this recording called A New Kind of Love. And I'm bringing it up now because in this live stream, I realized that I'm playing a lot of love songs and talking a lot about romantic love, but
It's
a new kind of love.
Not the only kind of love.
What?
It's not the only kind of love.
There are so many kinds. And in 2008 is when I was writing music about all the many kinds of love. This particular song that I just played from a chorus line, What I Did for Love, is not about a romantic interest at all. It happens in the play where a character injures himself and breaks a foot or ankle and can't dance, is out of the running to get the part in the chorus that he's been auditioning for. And character steps forward and sings What I Did for Love, that we shouldn't, he danced, he loved it, the gift was something to borrow, and we always knew we were meant to do this. And it was really about one's love for one's work and an artistic expression in that play. It meant a lot. And when I recorded A New Kind of Love, I realized how naive I was all this time to think that love was really just about, romance, when really there are so many more ways to experience love and platonic love. I love my friends. I love my cats. I love my piano. I love gardening. Love for the world. Love for what you do. Love for life, right? Grateful for life. And so if you're lonely this Valentine's Day, please celebrate all of these loves that are here for you. Because, we're not alone. I love that we can do this and we're connected in this way, and we share a love for music and have meaning in that way. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's something I often think about, and also important to practice some self-care and self-love.
Totally. And, for those of you who are wondering, this is Robin Spielberg Unvarnished.
What do you mean?
This is who you are. This is why I love you so much. Because
I love you too.
I am the cynic in the household. You know that about me?
You're the what?
The cynic.
You are the cynic.
I am the cynic. So I'm.
Makes me crazy.
Right.
So for most questions people ask me, I say yes first. Then I go, oh gosh, what did I say yes to? I say yes. You ask Larry anything, but Valerie knows this. Our daughter. Dad's gonna say no. He's gonna say no first, because he's more cautious and protective and safe, and maybe he'll come around to yes. I've been working, Larry, 25 years in our marriage, get you to just come right out with the yes.
It's the household that I was brought up in. That's how I was brought up, and I think that's just it's what it is.
Keep yourself close, guarded.
Pre-pandemic, that was my job, was to get to yes. That's all I did.
Well, you did. Look at this deep dive you did in all this stuff.
Now we get to yes.
Come a long way since streaming on our iPhones.
kind of appropriate. What I did for love, I created a whole new television show for Robin Spielberg.
Also, Steven here is saying it's going to get to -19 where he is. What? That's just not acceptable. Yeah. Right. Well, let's see. So now we've got You Light Up My Life. Right? I talked about this song in a previous stream because I met Debbie Boone. Picture with her. I could not believe when I got to see her sing this in a little hotel suite.
Yeah, we because of our industry.
I keep rubbing my nose because I'm not sick. It's just that it's cold in here, and it's not cold in here because we don't have heat. It's a little cold in here. That's why I'm wearing this, because the piano was not happy. We had to find the right. We had to find the right temperature and humidity that would please the instrument. Doesn't matter how we feel. It's now prohibited to cook bacon in the house because of the piano. You have to go on the deck and cook it on the grill or in the microwave. Sorry.
It's okay.
Piano does not want your bacon grease.
Or any other
thank you, Linda. She says we light up her life. I love that. Well, you light up my life.
Debbie Boone was amazing, by the way, when we saw her, and she was as great that night.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, her vocal chops are just the same as they were in 1977 or 71, whatever this was. 71, I think. if you got a buzz, that was me, not you. Did you hear a buzz?
I didn't hear a buzz, but you know.
I can't replicate it. It just one of those harmonic ringings that sometimes happen. It could be like a little piece of nickel over there, or the piano little tchotchke thing.
I'm thinking about all the new kinds of love, including our friends who COVID babies, new kinds of love. We just had friends who have a new
I
COVID
don't know if
baby.
they're probably not watching. They're in Babyland. But
Babyland.
Seth and Jen, new baby this week, and
Stanley. We love him already.
Stan, my man, love him already.
But there's
We've
a
been
lot.
getting pictures all week. We FaceTimed with him. That was a bright point of the week. Believe me, I had a couple of days where I felt kind of down, and that perked me right up.
There's a lot of
and your mom and your brother, they have this new puppy.
Sturgill, yeah.
So cute. Curtis sent me a picture of his mom's new kitten that she just got.
Really cute.
Oh my gosh, cutesy.
Yeah, there's been a push in this household for 2 new kittens,
I
but
know.
I'm not
Well,
sure.
the thing is, we do have 3 cats, but there's one we never see because she just stays with our daughter, and so we never see her. So it's like we have 2.
It's all good.
The third one lives upstairs now. She goes into the student lounge in the afternoon while Val has class and studying, and then she goes into her dorm room.
When you refer to the third one, are we referring to Valerie or the cat?
No,
Because it's kind of both. Valerie, we never see either.
I don't see her either. She's in her own college.
In her own college land. Zoom
college land, having dinner at 2 a.m, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, when this whole thing is over, I am going to remember. I don't know how she's going to remember her college life in times of Zoom, but I know how I will remember it as a mother of a college student in times of Zoom. It will be like this. I don't have the exact right props, but I think I might have mentioned this on a stream once. I went into Valerie's room while she was in a class. I didn't know she was in class. And she's staring at the computer, holding up 2 spoons. No, I'm holding up a pen and a pair of reading glasses, but imagine 2 spoons, just like this. And I'm like, Val, what are you doing? Mom, don't bother me. I'm in handbell choir. She didn't have any handbells, and she couldn't be on campus in the choir. They literally holding up spoons and doing the motions. And I went, oh my gosh, now I have seen everything.
I think we did tell the story at one point when
it's
Valerie.
Still funny, sorry.
When she finally got the handbells shipped in, and we
we
were up in the middle of the night.
Making her go into the bathroom and play them because they sounded so
at
good.
At 2 in the morning. Valerie, go into the bathroom and play the handbells.
She's like, I have really weird roommates. I heard her say that to her friend. My roommates are really weird and they're really old.
Yeah, when the story of the pandemic is
this
written.
Is a special song because it's was my parents' very special song. It's from My Fair Lady, and it's called "I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face." It's a beautiful song. Lerner and Lowe.
Got to use every note, right?
That professor, got to use every note. That Professor Higgins, he was not a mushy-gushy guy when he was asked why he was longing for his love. Well, he said, I've grown accustomed to her face, for her being here. He couldn't really emote very well. So, hi there, Sharon. Nice to see you. Hi, Peter. And Patricia, good to see you here. Vicky, we've already said hello to. Whitney's here. Oh, it must be cold where you are too, right, Whitney? Curtis, is Shadow listening to the music? I hope he's enjoying it. It's a great name for a cat. Shadow. Megan's on. Hi, Megan. Whitney, nice to see you. I said that already. Take it back. You only get one hello, nice to see you. Hi, Eric. Got two Lynns here. Bernardo and Linda Werner. Nice to see how you are all doing. So, and I'm so grateful. If you like what you're hearing, please do visit the tip jar. We do appreciate that. Nice to see you, Stephen. Gosh, got lots of people. Susan's here.
There's me putting
60 years ago. Blind date. Oh, wow. I love this story. Oh, see more. Rest is history.
I just put the tip jar back up. So
that's
people
awesome,
could see.
Susan. 60 years ago.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about how cold it is throughout the United States.
Yeah, it's cold. Aren't we getting,
cold.
Hi, Fran.
Polar vortex.
You met your husband on a blind date, too. I think that was pretty common. I think my mother was supposed to be set up with someone else, then she was blind date situation or something, and she ended up gravitating toward my dad and vice versa. The IRT. Yes, the stop's on Steinway Street. Yes, that's where the pianos were made. Steinway had their own school, their own hospital, their own little industry there. And hi, Karen Hillman. Good to see you. And our friends on YouTube, I see Ken here and Steve is here. Lots of folks.
David from Idaho. David, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. We appreciate it. Super fun. I'm having fun tonight. Time's flying fast.
This always goes really fast, doesn't it, Rob?
Well, for me it does
Friday
because
nights.
I'm a real space cadet. So I get this question a lot. What do you think about when you're playing the piano? I can tell you that I was always chastised in school. I was good in school. I was an A student. But I was chastised for spacing out, daydreaming, looking out the window. I like to sit by the window. And I said I found it so interesting that I have a career in playing the piano because I feel like I'm getting paid to daydream. Really, like when I do a concert, I don't really remember the concert. I remember meeting people and things like that. What I played or being on the stage is kind of this blur. I call it going to piano land. It's kind of a Zen place for me. It's my own way of piano meditation, I suppose.
I have to say, I've frightened you a few times because...
Why?
Because you get so zoned in when you're playing that I've come into the room to ask you a question.
Oh my gosh. You're like, why are you sneaking up on me like that? Like I'd be practicing or composing something. And then I look up and he's just there. I'm like, how is it you just appeared? He goes, I made noise. I came into the room. I'm like, you almost gave me a heart attack. You need to like clap your hands or something and say, warning, coming into piano room.
It's happened in the last year or so since
it's
the
happened
pandemic
a lot. Valerie
started.
does it a lot.
It happened. It's happened a lot.
I just like flip out. So thanks again to our sponsor, Sky Optics. And you might notice that I'm wearing earrings from our last week's sponsor. I've had these for a good 10 years or so. They've held up beautifully. I love this crystal from Margarita Designs.
And I'm just going to do a quick shout out. We are appreciative of all of our sponsors who've been willing to support this new television show that we're now in episode 10. And if you have a business that you think that you'd like to sponsor one of our episodes, send an email, robin@robinspielberg.com, and let us know, and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
And the sponsorships live on YouTube because we keep getting more views. where we are archiving the stream. So, this is an Irving Berlin tune. I think this is probably one of the more. Someone on Twitter, I think it was Broadway World, could have been, or Playbill.com, asking, what do you think is the most romantic song in a Broadway musical? And I tweeted this one, West Side Story, somewhere. Sigh.
Great tune.
So, how you doing over there, Lara, in the sound booth
I'm
with
doing
all your
good.
gadgets?
I'm doing good.
You falling in love with all your gadgets?
You know, I'm still learning.
not
a lot
scared
of
of
this
them
stuff.
anymore?
I'm not
I know,
scared.
there's a lot
I'm
to
always
learn.
like, oh, am I going to press the wrong button? But I figure at this point, this audience
You
has
know,
seen
Larry,
it all.
I share that concern. I might press the wrong button. Very easy to do. I remember a student asking me, well, aren't you scared when you do concert you're going to make a mistake? I'm like, look, if you do this, usually I do not make a mistake, like in a concert setting. Just don't. I just know the music so well. But eventually you're going to make a mistake. Something is going to happen.
Something will happen, yeah.
You'll get distracted or you're sweating and your hands get slippery. Something happens. And you know what? It's such a relief to finally do it because no one's asked for a refund. No one's walked out of the theater. No one said, you're not a real pianist. You made a mistake. None of those things happen. All those fears of, oh my gosh, what if? Yeah. Right now, when I make a mistake, like on stage, usually I can camouflage it pretty well. But the giveaway is that I laugh because I often find the mistake funny. And that's, when I start laughing on stage, I'm just smiling to myself. Larry's like, oh, yep, she screwed up. And now she's trying to figure out a way to make it work. Because I was taught early on, if you make a mistake, make sure that you repeat the mistake and you incorporate the mistake into the song.
Own the mistake.
Own the mistake. Don't let the mistake own you. So let me give you an example of that. All right, 7 minutes. So let's see. I just played. So I played. Say I play. I've grown accustomed to her face. You just heard me play that, right? Now, what if I didn't play that correctly? What if I played this? How's it going? What am I doing? Now, every time I play that phrase, I have to play it that way. So you own the mistake and you find a creative way of like getting it in there, which is sometimes fun and sometimes terrifying, especially if it's a really weird note.
Yeah, well, when we switched to the newer technology and for the software that I'm using now, and there's just a lot of buttons, there's a lot of options. So I'm like,
but
okay.
You're afraid you're going to push one, it'll make me disappear, or I'll spin off the face of the earth or something. I don't think you can really mess it up that bad, can you?
No, I mean, I don't see one that says eject, but There's probably one.
There's probably times that I harass him so much to make it perfect that he wants there to be an eject button. Maybe Steve can help you out with that. Steve was an Air Force pilot.
He literally
he knows all about the eject button.
He flew planes that had eject buttons for sure.
He did. He's also a really good ping pong player.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at the end of the stream. Got one more for you?
One more once.
It's a classic. It's from Casablanca. One time I forgot the bridge of the song and made it one up completely.
See if our favorite cat's going to say goodnight.
10:30. Good night, everybody. Hey, Carmel. Say goodnight to everybody.
There she goes. Good night, everybody.